Well, speaking of that, speaking of all the healthiness and speaking of like trying to be clean and trying to be healthier.
He obviously didn't take his brain pill today.
No, I didn't. But I do feel a lot more clear-headed. And the reason why is because after 18 years of daily smoking and a lot of intake and a high tolerance, I have quit smoking weed. Thank you. And I will say, and I'm not going to get preachy like Danny told me not to, but yeah, I'm not going to get preachy or anything like that, but I will say it has definitely given me a lot clearer of a head. I feel more attentive to my wife. I feel more motivated and more attentive to the house and cleaning things up and not being such a lazy stoner. I mean, does it suck because my body, was used to it for so long, which I'll get into the downside of that part in a little bit. But it does suck because, my body's used to it and my brain's used to it. So there's so many times like, oh, I'm going to watch a Marvel movie. I want to smoke. And then now I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like it's just
you just got to reprogram.
You got to retrain your brain, so, but, so to set up the reasoning, we went to Vegas. Was that last week? Mm-hmm. Went to Vegas last week and
almost 2 weeks ago we left.
Yep. And we were going on, tomorrow will be 2 weeks from when we left, 2 weeks from when I had my gnarly panic attack.
Mm-hmm. You literally thought you were dying.
Yes, yeah. So anyways, we planned this trip for a while. We were looking forward to it, and it was just coming up on the day, and I had run out of my vape pen, and then I was just thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to use weed to like make me have a good time. I want to like have a fun time with my wife. I want to be, like pay attention and, be attentive and be there and like not
be present.
Yeah. Be present and be like in the moment, and not like, oh, I'm fucking high or, oh, I'm not high right now. So I can't enjoy it. Like it's just, and thinking about it, it's like, I don't want something to rule me and control me, especially there's a lot of stuff going on in my life that, I had no control over. So I figured there's, a lot of people say that you have control over eating. There's the one thing, like you control your eating and your habits and stuff. So it's the one thing in your life you can control. Like a lot of people say that. It felt a lot like that. So that's why I was just like, you know what? I'm done. And then I stupidly decided to quit cold turkey. I went 3 days without smoking, and my wife, being the lovely person that she is, realized, hey, you're being a fucking grump. Can you please just go get some weed so you can enjoy your time out there? Because I was trying to quit so I would enjoy, but then I wasn't. So I probably would have killed someone on the strip for sure. So she told me to do that. I was like, all right, cool. And then I had talked to the guy that I go to, and he was saying, yeah, like he went to Vegas and it was crazy. It was crazy expensive, and the taxes and whatever. And, because I honestly didn't really want to bring anything over state lines either, which is, because I had experience with that when I was in Hearts and Shadows in the band I was in. It was a big ordeal, a lot of years ago, but still. So we were, so she told me to grab something. So I did. And then it was 2 weeks ago today when I hit it a couple of times. I was fine, no craziness. And then Sunday, we were just kind of, stressing, getting out of the house, packing and making sure we had everything. And because we planned too well with packing, we had so many things that we had to like make sure that we grab. So it was a little stressful getting out of the house. And then, so we get on the road and we are driving. And as we're on the road driving, we realized that the 15 is closed down because there was a fire in the Cajon Pass. So not only were we going a different way, but like it was just going to take longer. It was kind of annoying. And so we get onto the 60, the 215, the 60, whatever. And then, as we're on it, we saw that there was like a drug raid or something going on the side of the freeway, and then the whole first lane just slammed on their brakes for no reason. I was in the first lane, I instinctively went to the median and to the left and had to slam on my brakes, missing the other cars. My hands started getting sweaty. I started, feeling like kind of overexerted. And then I was like, you know what, whatever calms me down is is weed. That's what, you know, would usually calm me down. So I was like, cool, I know I was driving, probably not the greatest idea, but still, I took my little vape pen out and hit it once. And as I blew it out, almost as I blew it out, I was like, that might not have been the best idea. Like I could.
That's weird that it was
It's
so
the exact
immediate.
fucking opposite. Yeah. And so, so I started feeling weird. My hands were still like sweaty, and I started feeling a little tingly. And I was like, all right, I know this isn't just me being hot. You know what I mean? Like this feels weird. So I looked at you and I was like, hey babe, can you drive? I don't feel right. And then, so we pulled off, and then you started driving. And as you were driving, so also we're on the 60, which goes through fucking Blythe, and it goes in the, you know, California fucking Deliverance. Like it's not, it is not kosher when you're going through some shit. And so as she's driving, I'm literally like fetal position, then stretched out, then fetal position. I just couldn't get right. I felt weird in my own body, and and then I started feeling like tightness in my chest and tightness in my left arm, which that immediately, everyone should know that is signs of a potential heart attack. And I didn't want to fucking go through that. So like, I'm even like getting a little like funny talking about it right now, because it's just shitty. And so I started I was sweaty, my hands were sweaty, my feet started tingling, my whole left arm was tingling and like numb and tense, and then my lips were everything started tingling, and then I just felt all the light like kind of closing in. I swear I thought I was gonna fucking die. And then after, you know, looking up what an anxiety attack is and a panic attack is, like that's exactly what it is. So it was textbook what I was going through, but in the moment I just thought I was gonna fucking die. And then we're in the middle of nowhere, so I go to like call James Frasco, who's been on the podcast before. Him and his wife Candace live out in Vegas now, or in Henderson, and that's who we were visiting. So I like, fuck, I'm gonna call James. Like maybe he's somewhat close, or like he can at least help us. I don't know, something. And so I started, calling him, and then then I realized, oh, we don't have fucking service. So that didn't help with the anxiety. And then, you know, tried to call the hospital, or tried to call 911, because I started feeling that pain. And I was like, dude, I don't want to be having a heart attack in the middle of fucking nowhere. My wife, I don't want her to have to go through that. Like, I just didn't, you know, like, there were so many thoughts going through my head of what I don't want someone else to have to deal with, besides the fact that I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with. Like, I just didn't, it put me in even more of an anxious state. So it really wasn't helping my state of anxiety, because I didn't even know it was really anxiety. I didn't know what was going on. So like, it was just not right. So I called 911. They asked me, hey, where are you? And I said, I don't fucking know. Like
the desert.
Yeah, literally the middle of nowhere. It was like 30 miles to the next stop. It was not.
Honestly, right. Like where we were, both of us had never taken this route to Vegas before, but it was our only alternative route to take. And going from the 60 over by if anyone in California knows, like over by the big windmills on the way out to Palm Springs, and then you get off to go north to Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
I don't even know what road that is, honestly, but
this is like the part of California we are in is where a lot of people would be saying, try to relax your anus.
The ecstasy people.
Literally. And my explanation of how I felt.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
That's how I felt. I just felt like my whole body was just retarded. Like I couldn't.
And it sucked because there was really no, like it mainly hit you. Like it hit you by Joshua Tree, but like you're like, okay, I'm good, and we stopped, and like just keep on going. But like once we passed through Joshua Tree and whatever else was out there was nothing out there, and it's a 1-lane road, windy, and it was a soft shoulder, and we're into Honda Civic, which if we were to pull over on the soft shoulder, we would have gotten the car stuck.
Yeah, there's no way getting out of it.
There's nowhere to pull over. There's no driveways.
Yep.
There's no.
Medians,
nothing. There was no rest stops because we weren't on like a huge freeway.
There was one, and there were a bunch of bikers, and I felt nope.
Okay, well that wasn't a rest stop. So literally, the only place we ended up turning. I don't even know. Again, we were on Route 66. It's literally where part of Route 66 was.
Yeah.
And there was an old motel, which I want to actually look at now because it looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it's an old motel. It's something, if you guys have ever seen the movie Vacancy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So that horror film. So this is basically what that, like kind of like a Bates Motel, where it was like a separate building for like the admin building, check-in building, and then the small little motel of like 10 rooms.
And that check-in, that like main building had a bunch of bikers.
Yeah, well, they had turned it, so it was like an old gas station that no longer was a gas station, and then a convenience store, and then it had the old motel now as a museum next door to it. So it did look really cool because it was like vintage in like 50s, maybe 60s, because it had like the A-frame building with like the cool, the furniture I like, the modern, I always forget the name of it. It's all the furniture now that you can buy everywhere at IKEA and Target now.
Yeah.
But, so that was literally the only place to stop. And we pulled over. And then you're like, well, maybe we'll go to the restroom. Like, but they just had porta potties.
No, like, yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, it's that one right there. I was like, dude, I'm having an anxiety attack. I'm not going to go fucking shit in a hole like that everyone... Yeah, no.
No, it's not even the fact that other butts have touched that seat. It's the fact that spiders and critters are probably in that hole.
That, and then I didn't even think about that, but just being in a tiny little thing, it just gonna smell like dookie. No,
Dude,
not right.
Porta potties will give anyone anxiety.
Oh, yeah. No, like, we were there, and like, literally, what was going through my head is like, dude, if we stay here any longer than right now, which, again, in the middle of an anxiety attack, which is probably not the right thing to think, but I was like, dude, if we stay here anymore, both me and my wife are gonna get our buttholes diddled by a dude named Bubba hearing like literally it was not good.
I'm guessing had it been different circumstances and what was that?
I don't know.
Let's pause.
Okay. I think it's just the AC.
No, that wasn't the AC. The AC's been on that loud. Yeah, that was creepy. I literally heard a... As I was saying, oh, in better circumstances.
Yeah. So no, under better circumstances, I think it would have been, been a lot cooler to see, because it was pretty cool. Like, it is in the middle of nowhere, but it was, cool sights and cool visuals and stuff like that.
It was beautiful. It really was. Yeah, but even so, I don't know if I want to drive through there ever again.
No, not at least a couple of years, because that's it. Being back there is going to give me that same.
Well, what's crazy? So, totally random, but I've been trying to figure out what kind of car to get, and I've been leaning towards getting an SUV, but kind of more like a luxury SUV, which is kind of more the crossover stuff.
A little crossover sport SUV.
Now I don't know if I want a crossover. Now I think I might want just an SUV, because one, we'll have more room for luggage and shit, but two, like in that circumstance, we could have freaking pulled over on the side of the road. You know what? It's just those little random things that you don't think about.
Yep.
And now I'm like, I think that situation helped me make a decision on what vehicle to get next.
See, there's positive situations coming out of everything, and like, I will like, and so we called 911 back and said, hey, we don't know. Excuse me.
Yeah, because literally 911 said, well...
Pull over. We can't pull over.
And they're like, well, it's going to take them a long time to get to you, at least 45 minutes, because that's how far away from civilization we were.
Yeah. So it was not an ideal situation at all, and I will, before we get more into the story, I will completely say, if you do smoke weed regularly all the time, do not quit cold turkey. Try and calm down and try and level down, because it's not an addiction. I'm not going to go doing dirty things and blowing a dude in an alley for a joint. That's not, I was never to that point, but it was a dependence. My body was dependent on that being ingested into my system and put into my system on a daily basis. And so it's completely makes sense. And, thinking about it, now and looking back on it, like it's.
I really think that, you honestly could have wound up potentially in the hospital, just because, watching all those shows that I watched, documentaries and stuff on, what's
A&E and all that,
what's the one?
Intervention.
Yeah. They were saying that people that have alcoholism, they are told not to quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
Because they can literally die from their body going into shock.
Mm-hmm. And I honestly think my body was going through some of it at least. And so just be careful with it. And I'll give you the kind of what helped me a lot, just besides my wife being amazing. And
I have superpowers, if anyone didn't know.
You are a godsend, and I don't know what I would have done without you. And I mean that honestly. I'm not just saying that for, these fuckers over here. Like, I love you, and like, holy shit. So did I ruin the first day of our vacation? Absolutely. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I did that. That was not right of me to do. I should have been smarter about that. But
well, you just owe me one now.
Yeah, I know.
Hawaii.
Try to relax your anus.
Butthole. So the first night was like literally she loaded everything into the hotel room by herself, and like I said, we pack a lot of shit. So butthole. So no, but we
I didn't store it there.
So she brought everything in. I literally was like in the fucking shower, which honestly, it was amazing that shower was as hot as it was, because it helped with the like keeping me, I don't know, my body warmth was really cold. So that helped a lot. And even though it smelled like fucking fabuloso, oh my God. Anyways, so we get there, and the first day was a wash. The first night was a wash, which sucks because it's Vegas. But then at the same time, if I'm going through an anxiety attack, Vegas is not the right place with all the lights and all the it's not a good idea. And so the next day, she went to Whole Foods, got me bone broth, got me Epsom salt, got me all like liquid IV, which that is amazing. Liquid IV, if you are dehydrated or you're going through something, shove that in your face. It's amazing. You can get it at Walmart or CVS or Whole Foods, any of those things. Go get some. It's great.
Did Walmart have it? I don't think they did.
No, actually they didn't. Sorry.
I think Target has it.
Yeah.
Certain stores have it. That stuff's amazing though. It's better than Gatorade.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 3. The first night we got Pedialyte, and then that worked kind of, and then the liquid IV is supposed to be 3 times, or the amount of 3 like Gatorade drinks or electrolyte drinks is supposed to be 3 times that, which is great. So
even for a hangover.
Yeah.
We haven't tested it though on hangovers.
No. You want to test it tonight?
Hey guys, we here at the Till Death Podcast realize that with everything opening up, you might need some new clothes to show off in public. It's scary, I know. But you can rest assured that we've got your back. We have high quality merch and fair prices so you can support your new favorite podcast without breaking the bank. We have a bunch of items to choose from, like this shirt, which is my personal favorite. Oh, it's upside down. See, we got this. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Or, also, this one for the ladies. For my lady, and punch myself in the balls. There we go, it's our old paint splat shirt. We also have tanks, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, yoga pants, beach towels, and even fanny packs. Like this one right here. So just head over to teespring.com/stores and use the promo code NOMOREMASK, and you'll get 15% off your entire order. That's No More Mask for 15% off. So what are you waiting for? Just do it! Just do it! Go get one. They're awesome. Do it. Also, head over to solo.to/tilldeathpodcast for all things Till Death and how to stay up to date with all of our content. Babe, thought laundry was your job.
Get all this merch out of my house.
See what I mean?
Anyway, so the next day had some bone broth, got in a bath, was just trying to be regular, and then I was doing a lot of reading up, especially because I was trying to poop the whole time, and I couldn't poop, so I was just literally like on the toilet on my phone, and then I'd be on my phone for too long, and then my brain would be all weird, and I'd start feeling it again, so I'd have to put my phone down. But then I'd be like the way to best explain it, which I heard a lot of people say, is that having an anxiety attack or going through that is like you feel okay where you're at for a second, and then you want to be somewhere else, and then you're there, and then you want to be somewhere else. It's just you're not comfortable in your own skin and comfortable where you're at. So it's really hard to grasp like how to deal with that. And so what I will say that helped a lot is that the dry brush thing, which you explain kind of how that works.
Actually, here, can you show it?
Yeah, let me see.
I'm more ladies are gonna be used to this, but
oh yeah, the doctor was like, oh, dry brushing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly.
So dry brushing. So usually people, I know it looks like something you might like use on your horse.
Yeah, or like a beard brush or something.
So they have a lot of these everywhere. But you
Danny said, what kind of witchcraft is that?
We're gonna get to that later. And I'll have a comment for you later,
sir.
Daniel.
Oh shit! She didn't say Danny. She said Daniel. You're in trouble.
First full name.
Damn.
So, anyways, the brush is natural brush. So usually boar bristles. Yes, it's not vegan friendly, and I'm all about animal. So don't get artificial. The plastic, it's too hard on your skin. You're not trying to like make your skin bleed, but it's all natural. It's really soft.
If you're into that.
So I've always had this brush. It's called dry brushing because that's exactly what you do. You don't use it in the shower. It's just to use on your skin dry without lotion or anything, but it's really soft, so don't feel like it's going to be like sandpaper. And then you basically are helping your body. I don't like to say it's detoxing your body because they haven't proven that it does that. It just helps with the circulation.
Yeah.
So I just go by that.
It releases some toxins. And
so so I am kind of, I wouldn't say I'm an expert in the holistic medicine stuff, but with that, I know like which direction like you're supposed to brush your skin in order to get your blood and your lymph nodes or your lymph to move, and then get any, I sound like I'm such a hippie. Get the toxins out of your body.
The negative energy.
Yeah. So there's points on your body, like your armpits are one of them, and then like, I don't know what you call it, like right where the crease is between your hips and your thighs.
Yeah. The crotchal region.
The crotchal region.
Dwight, you ignorant slut.
So I knew that helps because a lot of times too, they'll recommend for people that are dealing with like sickness, like flu and stuff like that. It kind of just helps. Because sometimes if you have, let's say like a desk job where you're sitting a lot, you don't get good circulation in your legs. Mm-hmm. And so this just helps with circulation. So I kind of was like, okay, well, maybe this will help kind of move stuff throughout the body, and it couldn't hurt. And he likes massages anyway. So I was like, okay, well, it's kind of like two things. It's like a massage, so it's going to make him feel better and get his mind off of, what's going on. And then also maybe this will help kind of move the
tension, all that.
Because also just kind of helps.
Yeah, because I was still getting a little tense that next day and like whatever. And here and there, I think the last 2 days I've been okay. I haven't used that, but every day since then I've used it a little bit to try and move everything around. And so I don't know what y'all got to do to find yourself one like this one, but I have this one, so don't steal her. She's mine. But find yourself one like her, because any other woman would have ran out and done whatever they want, because it's their vacation, and like you work fucking hard, so you needed that vacation. And so we were going to take a vacation for a little, going to Disneyland here and there, whatever, but like a vacation. And so I not only was I going through what I was going through, I felt absolutely horrible for putting you through that. So like it was just piling on. And so but 30 minutes to an hour for at least 2 days, you would brush that out and make me feel better, and I was fine. And then I can actually poop, which was great, and because that was anxiety too. And then I think it was Tuesday night was the first night we went out, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. And Tuesday night we went and met up with James and walked around for a little bit, and then
no, I think actually Monday night we did.
It was Monday night.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Oh yeah, because Tuesday he wasn't able to go out, and that's when we went out and walked fucking 8 miles.
Yeah.
Which, if you're going through some sort of anxiety thing, take a walk, go on walks, it basically, it's not anything magical. It just basically works your body and your mind to a sleep, because you're working out, so it makes your body tired, which is going to make your mind tired. So that right there was amazing. I will admit, now that we're, away from Vegas, that night that we were out with James, there were a couple times where I was like, shit, it's fucking happening. You know what I mean? Like my hands started getting a little sweaty. I started, feeling a little funky, but I just tried to woosah, fucking breathe through it. Another good tactic is, what I read is breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out through your mouth for 4 seconds, and do that for a little while. And it should calm your heart rate, calm you down a little bit more, and be able to, catch your breath. So, then, after that, I realized, hey, maybe some CBDs would work. No THC, because obviously we saw what that did last time. So we went down to the dispensary down the road, which luckily Nevada has those, which is good. Got some CBDs, it was like, I think 10 milligrams or 25 milligrams, a little chew or something like that. And just chewed one of those. And honestly, it took my anxiety away, took my stress levels down. Made me, I think, just the chemical imbalance in my body without having the weed, I think it kind of leveled it out a little. So luckily that was cool. And then we were able to enjoy Vegas. And I just thank you. I love you a lot. And that
I love you too.
Shit. Like I feel a lot better though. I feel so much better not being on it. And again, not trying to be preachy, not trying to say don't smoke, don't do this. Just be careful with it, man. Like, it's not gonna change me completely. I mean, I just said be careful with it, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still gonna talk the same, but I feel more clear headed. I feel like I'm able to catch my thoughts and be able to stay on a subject for a lot. So squirrel moments might be out a little bit, womp womp. But I think, even from what you've told me, you see a difference in how I am and stuff.
Yeah, huge difference.
Yeah. But we were able to go out to Vegas. I mean, unfortunately we didn't really come up on the gambling side, but I had a fun time after we, got past that. We went and saw Area 15, which was pretty fucking cool. Mm-hmm. And maybe I'll put a little video here and there for reference. But Area 15, it's like it's like going into a rave, but it's like an art exhibit, and they had like zip lines and shit, and like it was fucking cool.
It was very much like an adult playground.
Yeah.
So there was the golf center, so you can go and play a virtual round of golf.
It was all black light and neon shit.
Really
it was fucking cool.
Then there was the flaming axe throwing.
Yep. That was really cool.
They had, it's not a zip line per se. It was, you're sitting down in a seat.
It's the concept of a zip line, but you're still like,
and then you had control over the brakes.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty cool. And then they had this weird thing called the, what was it? The
Omega Mart?
Omega Mart. That's what it was. I forgot what word it was first. But Omega Mart. So it was like this funny take on like a Walmart almost, or like a grocery store. And they had like funny little products in there. And then there was one, it was like $50 to get into that part. And I didn't really care for it that much, especially after, losing money in Vegas. But it was cool. I've seen a couple like videos and stuff on it and stuff. There's one part, I guess there's one spot in there where you open like the cooler, the freezer door or whatever, and you can walk into it. It's a whole nother part of the art exhibit and stuff.
It's like as if you were on shrooms or acid.
Which is not what you want to do.
Yeah,
like, you don't need the shrooms or acid.
It was really, the concept, it was done really well. It was really beautiful inside. Everything was...
it was like if the Mad Hatter
interesting.
Loved dubstep.
Yeah, and they had a live DJ, so it was just kind of cool, like to be in that environment. But it wasn't necessarily like a club. Like it turned into more of a dance scene after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But before that, it was kind of just like a museum with black lights, because there was other aspects to it that you could pay, like with the
the little virtual reality bird thing was kind of cool.
There was if anyone likes or wants to do whiskey tasting, they have all that there. They have it's based on 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and you can pay to do a tour, and they do like little tastes along the way, but basically the creator of that alcohol. That was his master concept for the whole thing. And he said he wants to keep growing it. I was reading a whole article about him.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think he's actually from LA.
Oh, nice.
And he started something in LA.
Yeah.
And the whiskey distillery that's there started in LA first.
Well, check it out then.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was just very interesting and artistic
and being that I was just going through what I had gone through a couple of days ago. Yeah, like
we didn't drink at all,
dude.
Well, I had a couple drinks in Vegas,
but that's I
had a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, she had to finish one of my drinks. So and when we were out with James, so she was a little faded that night.
Alcohol.
But and then. And
no
then,
hangover. Wait, I did try liquid IV then. I
you
had
did.
no
hangover. Look at that. That's awesome. And so, but no, it was really cool. And then we went and we saw Fremont Street, which was awesome. It was horrifying driving there because Google Maps decided to take us into the fucking ghetto before. Thanks, Google.
I think it's just ghetto everywhere around there.
True. It's like, here's Fremont, here's the Strip. Everything else sucks. But if you live there, go fuck yourself. Whatever. You live in the ghetto. But what?
James and Candace live in Vegas.
They live in Henderson.
They live in the nice area.
They live in the area. So so anyways, no, it was really cool. Fremont was awesome. I hadn't been there since I was younger. It was better payouts than on the Strip, but still not
everything
great.
was just tight.
But and it was the opposite of the women that were half naked running around there. They
oh
some
my gosh!
squats,
Okay,
dude.
wait. I have to say something. Okay, so normally you see gorgeous women that are representing the hotels. So the hotels have definitely lowered their standards and allow anyone, apparently, because maybe they're desperate for workers too. Mm-hmm. But like, no offense, but I'm gonna offend you.
No offense, please. Yes, offense.
Some of these girls are walking around like, what do you call them? The girls with like the feathers and
the showgirls or
the showgirls, I guess. Just that.
Yeah. It was like almost like the Rockettes. Like, is that same kind of thing?
The old school Vegas was you have the big thing on your head and then like peacock kind of thing. They're all wearing thongs. Some of them literally had no ass, and I was like, "Really?" Like you.
We'd walk by them, and you hear Jen do some squats.
Like I was like, "Damn!" And then some girls were like ginormous and like the grossest cellulite ever. And I'm like, "Dude, look, I know girls all have cellulite, but when you have it that bad, that even with your tights, it's still." Popping through.
Yeah. You need to find another.
And then acne on your butt. Oh my God. I was like, this is disgusting. Like, men are not going to want to go to these hotels.
Nope. Well,
the girls are like,
drunk guys, I'm just being a man.
You should come to our hotel. If there's more of you there, no.
Yep.
And then I'm like, or are they like meth heads too? Because some of them just looked so twacked out. I was like, Vegas is not representing anymore.
It was just gross. Like it was one of those things where like, okay, as being a dude, like being a dude with your wife around half naked women.
I know you guys are gonna look. I'm not offended by that.
No, but what I'm saying is like being a dude around your wife, and then there's half naked women around. There's always that like, shit, I don't want my wife to catch me looking at. But like it was literally to a point where I knew that I wasn't staring at them because they were fucking gross. Well, I was looking at them because they were gross. It wasn't like a damn. It was like.
I was looking because I was like,
Yeah, no, like
like
what the
to
fuck?
me, it was just interesting. Like everyone, it's human nature. You just look at people,
And then
and
it was great too because they were like, do you want to take a picture? Blah, blah, blah. Nope. Like usually I'm like, no, thanks. Blah, blah. I was like, nope.
And I think the one night when I just got really drunk because I drank my drink, my fucking like $20 drink, and then your $20 drink. And,
yeah, don't go to the Paris and expect to spend anything less than $60 for 3 drinks.
For whiskey.
Wow. Evan Williams.
It literally was Evan though.
Yes.
But they,
Which
you know
is
what?
cool because it's our drink.
They poured well though.
They did. That's why I took 2 sips and I was like, babe.
No, you know what I'm thinking? The reason why they were expensive? I don't think she understood what tall meant.
Double.
I think she gave us doubles.
Which, I mean.
because it tasted way too much alcohol. And I'm like, these aren't talls, these are doubles for sure. So she didn't understand the concept of what a tall drink was.
Yeah. So
yeah.
But no, it was cool. And then we went back the next night after that, and we walked around. We were out until 4 a.m. is when we got our lift, and we walked from the start from MGM Grand all the way up to the Venetian.
Yeah.
Walked all the way up to the Venetian and back, which is 8 miles. Your feet look like. Oh, hi.
Oh, I was like, you have music going. I'm like, I hear music.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Oh, and real quick, I'm just clarifying for everyone. This is not chocolate milk.
It's a mudslide.
Damn, that sounds good.
And we can test out that hangover thing tonight. But anyway,
no, this is coffee.
Yeah. So anyways, we walked a lot, and like I was saying, walking that much definitely knocked me out when we got home, and it was great. And then we ended up getting another night stay because we stayed at Tahiti Village, this little thing right here.
Because they have an amazing lazy river.
Yeah, and we didn't get to do it because it was during the day I was going through my anxiety shit and feeling like shit, so it wasn't I really wanted to go into a pool.
And they shut down the pool and stuff because they were having lightning. So.
Yeah, so one of the days wasn't my fault, the other days were my fault. And and then so we went up to the front. We were just sitting there having a drink because we were going to go out and meet James and Candace, and we were having a drink, waiting for them, and then. It was just a random question. We were talking about it, and you were like, "Oh man, it sucks we didn't get to go on the lazy river." And I just looked at you. I was like, "We ain't got shit to do until Tuesday. You have to go back to work because Labor Day and all that. So why don't we stay another day?" And you were like, "Let's go ask." So we just went up, and Jeff O from Palm Springs, who worked at the front desk. Jeff O. No, he was awesome. Awesome little old gay dude who was great, not in a derogatory way. It's just it's a descriptor. He was awesome. Worked everything out for us and got us a good deal on an extra night because we had booked through Expedia, and so booking through Expedia and then trying to book through the hotel is like kind of a debacle. So kind of an ordeal. So he was able to work it out for us, give us a good deal on it. No resort fee, which is stupid, but we didn't have that, so it was cool. So then we were all super happy.
They still haven't charged us for that night.
I might cut that out. But anyways, no. So no, it was real cool to. It was real cool to have the extra night, and then we did go to the lazy river, and it was completely worth the extra day pay. It was so awesome, relaxing, and I was wearing this awesome shirt, and every single person that saw me wearing this was like, "Hey, that's good," or they would like read my shirt out loud to me, and they start laughing. And this one black dude was like in the lazy river as we're walking around. He's like, he goes, "I'm sorry, did I roll my eyes out loud? Man, she wrote that for you, didn't she?" And I was like, "Yeah." It was pretty good. But no, that was fun. And then we went out and we ate at the PBR Rockstar Bar and Grill is where we ate. And we had some brisket nachos. Oh my God.
Those were hands down some of the best nachos I've ever had. Like aside from like your basic carne asada stuff. Oh my God.
And what I think
it's kind of like a Tex-Mex
I
nachos.
think my favorite part of the trip was hey, James and Candace are going to be here in a minute. Let's have sex real quick.
Oh my God.
It was like, I got 5 minutes. I'm good with that. 5 minutes. You know me. I'm quick. So anyway, I love your face right now. Sorry guys, I'm gonna get hit later. Anyways, I had to pay her back for the 5 minutes, couple hours of the dry brush. It adds up. So anyways, but no, it was an awesome trip and no trouble on the way back. I think I had a little bit, like I drove for an hour and then I started feeling my hands started feeling a little like sweaty. So I was just like, you know what, let's just be safe, let you drive.
Oh yeah, after I was done enjoying my like $6 Panera latte.
Fuck
Everything
prices.
was expensive in Vegas.
So I think that the Vegas trip was a success in it. Like obviously it was a failure in a couple of ways, but I think it was a success in that It helped me. Oh, that Del Taco just fucking burps, man.
It's coming back.
Yeah. But no, I think, you find positive in everything, and I will say that, I love you, and you know that I care about you, and I know that you care about me, but all of that stuff, like, I'm going to start getting all teary as you're talking about it, but I know it sounds really cheesy, but like, I learned so much about my marriage and my relationship with you, and knowing that you do care about me, and you showing it, and like, again, not like I'm not saying that in any way you didn't show it before, but like I learned a lot about the person that I'm with and how fucking lucky I am to have you.
Oh, that was really cheesy.
I know, but it had to be said. Serious. No, I love you a lot, and I'm glad we went through all the shit that we did with all that, because I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have, seen that blatantly and apparent in my face. Like it was an awakening moment for me for a lot of things. So thank you, and I love you.
I love you too.
But yeah. So and before we left, there was something that I forgot out. Before we left, there was something that I forgot, or that it's something that I left out of the story. We have a bum that was living in our house. The Bat.
Oh God, I was like, wait, what?
Having a violent vibe about yourself is definitely something that you need when you go to places like Vegas or New York or any of these places, just like where we were just the past couple of weeks. Having a violent vibe about you, even though I was going through the panic attack and all that, having some sort of violent vibe with all the riffraff that we saw on the streets is probably a good idea. And it doesn't mean getting violent immediately. It just means keeping your wits about you, knowing
keeping your
eyes peeled,
up,
keeping your butthole puckered,
shields up,
walls. No, but having a violent vibe is it's a must nowadays. Whether it's in a parking lot, a store, at school, or at church, or in Kabul. If you're faced with violence, be calm, be confident, and be comfortable. From the mat to the field, in comfort there is confidence. Have both with Violent Vibe Tribe. Check out violentvibetribe.com and use the promo code TD20 for 20% off your entire order. And also check them out on the Instagrams at violent_vibe_tribe. And I actually think they're on TikTok right now, and they got some pretty funny content. Actually, let me make sure I got the right one. Shut up. Violent Vibe Tribe. I think it's just the... Yeah, it's violent_vibe_tribe. Just like the Instagram, go check them out. Got a lot of funny little content going on there. And they're going to be having some more merch. And actually, Till Death Studios, which is me and this one over here, just made some cool designs. I think they're going to do something with it soon. Cool. But make sure you go check them out. Use that promo code TD20 for 20% off your entire order. And you ready to go eat, babe?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Queso.
Peace. Back to the show. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for watching a clip of the Till Death podcast. Make sure you click the subscribe button. It's right down here.
The minute you do, he's going to be naked.
Watch.
Pervert.
Gotcha. I mean, I'll man spread a little bit for you. Oh, but before that, while you're looking... you know what? I don't want to take your attention away. Click video. There. Or there. She's not going to man spread.
Or get naked.
Perverts.